The general election is less than a month away, with the vote in a number of North West seats sure to prove vital to the overall result. One of those is Cheadle in Greater Manchester, where the Conservatives are defending a narrow majority. But Labour and the Lib Dems both believe they can win. Our reporter Zoe Muldoon went to Cheadle and found it could be another close call on July the 4th.
Cheadle, one of Greater Manchester's most affluent constituencies, made up of villages including Bramall and Gatley. But even in leafy Stockport suburbs like this, people are feeling the pinch.
Cost of living, cost of everything going up.
Darren Shaw owns a pub on the outskirts of Cheadle village. He says running a small business right now is tough. Prices of everything, including business rates, electricity bills and alcohol, have shot up over the years.
Everybody's feeling the pinch. All the customers are feeling the pinch. We're feeling the pinch. We've recently changed electricity suppliers. We're not putting prices up. We want to keep it as it is. And we're taking the hit, and we shouldn't have to do that in this day and age.
Are you going to be changing who you voted for in the last general election?
I will change from who I went with last time, because I just think there's time for a change.
On Cheadle High Street, there's a number of empty units. Some have been vacant for years. It's issues like this, as well as the NHS, and even Rishi Sunak's self-confessed D-Day mistake that are occupying the minds of voters here.
I think I'll stick with Conservative, actually. But I was disappointed with Rishi leaving the 80-year celebration of the Normandy landings, which, again, is something which I was upset about.
I will be voting Lib Dem this year because I think it is time for a change. I think it's appalling what's happened to the NHS.
There's a lack of investment, a lot of empty units, but also units are too high, so you're not going to get young people starting a business in Cheadle.
Rishi's done a lot, and a lot of people are forgetting that. And that Keir Starmer is useless.
You're not a fan?
No, definitely not. He's never ever said what he's going to do properly.
So you'd like Cheadle to stay Conservative then?
I really would, yeah.
The Cheadle seat has flipped between the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats since the turn of the century. But in 2015, it turned Tory. In 2019, the Conservatives won by just a few hundred votes. And now it's a major target for the Lib Dems to regain. Lib Dem leader Sir Ed Davey even chose Bramall Hall as the backdrop to one of his campaign stunts. Just up the road in Bramall at a baby sensory class, TV debates and party manifestos aren't a priority for some of these new mums.
Going back to work earlier than I wanted to, trying to get nursery placed, that sort of thing. It's been a bit tricky at the moment.
You don't know who you're going to vote for just yet?
No, probably need to research it a little bit more.
Conservatives' plans to double free childcare hours initially appealed to Liz, who would normally vote for the Tories. But the mum of two and primary school teacher now wants a change in government.
Schools are on their knees at the moment. It's almost depressing to work in a school at the moment. So I think us teachers are all ready for change and see what Labour can do. We are generally seeing our bills go up. We're ready to see what can be made better.
So with just a few weeks to go until the country decides, will the bubble burst for the Conservatives in Cheadle? It's clear that in this constituency, every vote will count. Zoe Muldoon, ITV News.
Well, there are 7 candidates standing for election in Cheadle. Here's the full list on your screen.